Hi everyone, it's Mary. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to do a very quick review of some paper trimmers and tools that you may want in your craft room or you're just curious about. So I'm holding the camera up here because in my holder for my video normally, I cannot fit the whole thing in the screen. So I'm going to show you this real quick and then we're going to talk about this. This is the Tonic Studio Guillotine Paper Trimmer. I absolutely adore this thing. So let me put my camera stationed normally and then we'll talk about it. Okay, first up is this one because I want to talk about why I got it. So I wanted a strong paper trimmer that I could cut more than one piece of paper, but it wasn't necessarily that, it was the precision that I wanted for my cuts. And I find this is a lot easier on my arm when I'm trying to cut down paper than sliding motion if I'm doing lots of it, right? So I keep my paper cut individually and ready for me to use up on my shelf. So this is easier. Okay, so there's videos and tutorials out there about this guillotine. I'm just going to show you real quick. It goes right here, it goes 6 inches across. And most of us card makers use A2 cards, which will stop us at 5.5 inches and 4 1/4. And what I do is, I don't know if you can see that, but I mark a little black mark right where my A2 size is because that's my most common and it makes it really easy for me to do it. Also, you have this wonderful guardrails here. You're going to want to put your paper in and ensure that you place down the guardrail. So if I raise the arm, I'm going to put my paper in and I'm going to hold this down, and that is going to ensure that it goes nowhere. Okay, so that's important. All right. Also, what I love about this paper trimmer is the length of it. So it'll go all the way down. I believe that, I want to say that's 12 inches, but we're going to pull out my ruler here. And yep, that's 12 inches. So you can do a 12 by 12. So if you pull this over, you're going to have this handy dandy handle. Easy pops in, pops out. Okay, then I'm going to put that on the side, and now I have made a 12 by 12. Easy, right? So this is great. And then this way I could use larger pieces of paper. So I love that feature, and it comes in and out quite easily. And I mean, if you're like me, you like to be organized, and I love that I can just pop that in there. Okay, so that's the guillotine, and I love it. And there are many versions of Tonic paper trimmers, but this is the one, and I will link below. I also have seen it recently for about $10 to $12 cheaper on Amazon than normal. Right? So why do I have more than one paper trimmer? Well, I will tell you. So I'm not suggesting that you need more than one paper trimmer, but I'm going to tell you that there are different purposes for these. So this little Fiskars trimmer, if you have something like this, basically you have your up and down motion. Well, the reason I love this one is because if I need absolute precision on my cutting, if I'm, let's say, for example, I have this piece of paper and I want to get exactly that white piece off. This Fiskars paper trimmer is great because I will put it in there, and when I close it, there is a wire that will guide me. The wire is exactly where I want to cut it. Okay, so there is a wire in there, and then I could line it up exactly where I want it. Okay, and trim it right off. See? Perfect. So that's one of the reasons why I love this paper trimmer, is for that precision piece. Okay. And then I also have, I'm really quite identifying that I might have a paper trimmer problem. So here I have the Stampin' Up one. Now I really do like the Stampin' Up one as well. One of the reasons well, this was my first paper trimmer. Let's just be honest, I'm a little nostalgic. I started my crafting and my card making through Stampin' Up, and I do love it. So it's the same concept where you can raise this bar out, and now I have a more than 12. This is 14.5 inches by 12 inches. So that's helpful. And then also I love that it comes with a score one as well. So you can cut paper and you can score. And it's a very good paper trimmer. It's very strong, cuts very you know, precise and clean cuts. That's the word I'm looking for, clean. But I do love how it does have the score. Also, I will tell you, this paper trimmer and the Fiskars paper trimmer, one of the really cool things about these that you can't get with the guillotine is if I wanted to make a tiny square, let's say I don't have a lot of dies, or I just want to make it perfectly symmetrical, then what I can do is I could use my paper trimmers to mark where I want it. Let's say I'm going to do 1.5 inches. All right, and I'm going to make that square 1 inch long. So I can do that without cutting through the whole thing. Now that is really hard to do when you're talking about a guillotine, right? I don't know how anyone could do that with a guillotine. See? I didn't cut all the way through, but you get the point, right? So there we go. So that you can't do with a guillotine paper trimmer. Okay, so why is this Score Buddy awesome? Because it's exact measurement. When you fold it, when you score it and then fold it, it should be exactly where you need it to be. Okay, because this is precise. So I'm going to go 5.5. We're going to score it at 5.5. All right, and now we're going to fold it. We'll just see how that turns out. All right, and there we have it. That's exact. That's about as exact as you're going to get it right there. So that's why I like this score tool. So hopefully this was helpful. I know it was super quick, but I just wanted to go over some of those things that I use and some of the things that I like in this little video. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you next time.